Now there's two reasons you clicked on this video. Either you haven't seen Moana 2 yet, or the more likely reason being you've watched Moana 2 and you're wondering if other people have the same opinion. Either way, you've come to the right place. So, did Moana actually need a sequel? Let's get into it. Moana 2 is the sequel to the very enjoyable and successful film Moana. I'm sorry if I butcher this name. Auli'i reprises her role as Moana alongside The Rock as Maui. And they're on an all-new but impossible quest. The quest to satisfy corporate greed. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the positives. Sorry, did I say positives? I meant to say positive, singular, because the only good thing in this film was the animation. The animation throughout the film is spot on. It's really impressive and is definitely a step up from the original. The water effects were on point, and as the film primarily takes place around water, you want the water effects to look good in a Moana movie. So I gotta give credit where credit's due, and give a shout out to the animators, because y'all smashed it. The film has great colour contrast throughout, and looks visually stunning. Unfortunately, that's probably going to be the last positive thing I say about this film. See, here's the problem with Moana 2. It just felt unnecessary whilst watching it, and unfortunately, it feels that way throughout the entire movie. It's just one of those films where I just felt bored whilst watching it, and a lot of it just felt pointless. Like, they didn't even bother to give us interesting characters, or give the characters themselves good chemistry. I mean, the scenes with Moana and Maui are fun, but for a good 90% of the film, you're stuck with Moana and the new crew that don't really add any value or real purpose, other than doing that one thing they're there to do in the film.
I'm gonna need a crew.
Sweet! A farmer on the sea! Yes! I'm going with Moana!
Like, they're not even entertaining characters to watch, and their interactions just feel unnecessarily dumb and over the top. Like, I get it, it's a kids movie, but let's be real, good animated Disney films are made for families. Take Moana for example, a kids movie that was widely praised by adults for being a good film. However, Moana 2 just feels like a kids movie. In fact, the only reason I didn't turn it off was so I could do this review. The film just felt like a waste of time. They couldn't even be bothered to give us decent songs in this film either. Moana had an awesome soundtrack. I still sing You're Welcome to my missus when I do the thing I should have already done but had to be asked 20 times to do.
I believe you were trying to say is thank you.
Thank you?
You're welcome.
What? No. I didn't.
But Moana 2 songs were not only crap, but they all felt very samey. Probably didn't help that there was a new song being sung every 5 minutes. Like, honestly, if you removed all the songs from Moana 2, the film would probably be about 20 minutes long. So even if there was a halfway decent song, it just got buried under the avalanche of musical bullshit. Now, was it just me, or did the main plot just sort of feel retconned in, and just felt pointless? For example, the giant clam blocking the ship's path when the ship could have just sailed around it. Pointless. The evil, not evil woman in the clam that is supposed to be the villain but isn't, and then just sort of disappears and is never mentioned again. Pointless. Let's face it, she's probably going to be Moana 3's villain, but that's not the point. And then, you get to the big finale at the end of the film, where they have this epic battle with a storm. Again, visually it looked cool, but that's about it. And that's the thing with Moana 2. I didn't care about the characters or the story one bit. I just found myself waiting for the credits to roll. So, did Moana need a sequel? Well, believe it or not, I actually think it did. Just not the sequel that we got. Moana deserved a worthy follow-up, an epic heartfelt adventure, but no. Instead, we got an obvious cash grab sequel that feels like it's been written by ChatGPT. The songs, forgettable, the story, even worse, and the Disney magic, non-existent. Instead of charting new waters, this sequel just kinda drifts aimlessly, hoping nostalgia will keep it afloat. Spoiler, it doesn't. So Moana 2, have you seen it? Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? Let me know down in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time peeps, stay frosty.